number one, that's not the time to be making a judgment call. That's definitely a time to be watching this, right? Because it's so easy to get caught in that emotional, right?
Listen, we all know we've been there at some point or the other where you were a little bit too in it.
A little bit too spicy.
And let me just say, there is a very big difference between your intuition and feeling emotional. And it's confusing because I know our emotions feed our intuition and our senses. It feeds it information, but they're very different. And I feel that in today's world, those two things have sort of been blended. So, sometimes we'll feel something and be so in it emotionally, we think that that's just our body saying, this is how we're supposed to do, this is our next step. And in reality, we're just so caught up in the emotions of whatever's being triggered out, whatever's making you feel whatever type of way. And it's not actually guiding you to do something yet. It's just calling attention that you're feeling bothered about something. And I feel like what happens is people get so caught up and lost in that they react, right? They're not pausing a little bit to at least try to figure out what's going on so that then they could respond and really tap into what they're intuiting, how their body's actually, what their senses, their inner guidance is actually telling. So we have to be careful with that. There's a fine line between those two. I get a lot of people to tell me, you can't belittle emotions. No, we do not belittle emotions. Emotional energy is important, but also emotional IQ and strength is also important. So if you feel that emotions are important, then if you are not feeding that part of yourself to strengthen it, then you need to do that so that you don't confuse information that your body's getting, which, by the way, we're living in a time where we're constantly being bombarded with information, so that you don't confuse what intuitively you're being guided, how you're being guided. Two very different things. But anyway.
It is two very different things.
Yeah.
And there's a reason, even though it might seem like it came out of nowhere, why we're even talking about this. Part of it is because we're seeing so much of this. No, we have been seeing this for too long. Each year seems a little bit more concentrated, this emotional outrage. We're done with it, mi gente. It's just too much. And if you're in an adult body, at some point in our journey, it's wise to sort of do the matemáticas and ask yourself, is this way of communicating hurting or helping me?